Looking good again, Ajax. Here's the Group H table. Ajax 2 points clear at the top. That point for Chelsea sees them stay level on 8 points with Valencia. Lille well and truly down and out now. Chelsea finish up at home to Lille. Ajax Ajax at home against Valencia. All manner of permutations in that group. But safely, you can say from Chelsea's point of view, if Chelsea win or if they draw, it'll be enough if Valencia lose at Ajax. What do you make of Frank Lampard saying there that you wouldn't want it to be as end-to-end as it was? Is it not up to him the way the team goes out to play?
What you have to say when you watch Chelsea play, you're entertained. You see goals, you see opportunities at both ends. And I just think it's the makeup of his team. I think, you know, when you've got Kovacic and Jorginho in your team in midfield, when you're bossing it, they look really good. When another team, and any team you play will have a period, whether it's for 5 minutes or a lot longer, they will have their moments in the game. And when that happens to Chelsea, they look vulnerable. They really do. Great on the front foot, going back towards their own goal, not so good. And I think the very first question you asked tonight was, when Chelsea play the big teams, will they struggle? Teams, yeah. So the better teams will punish them. Yeah,
it happened with the Soler goal, and that had come after Valencia had missed a couple of sitters, really, and as Graham says, had carved open Chelsea on a number of occasions before this.
Yeah, they're very scarce for cover in front of their back four. And, you know, you see this situation where Rodrigo picks her up. He's a lot to do in there, but nobody comes to close out the ball. And Reece James, the far post, doesn't run with the man. You see Soler, where he's hanging around the midfield, not far from the referee there as the build-up is going on. Rodrigo gets it. Zuma doesn't really come to close it, puts his arms behind the back. It goes in almost into the 6-yard box. And Soler's run, nobody tracks his run, and he doesn't make very good contact with it. He makes contact with both his legs there off the inside of his left foot.
Does that trick the keeper?
Right
it comes off both legs. Goalkeeper is expecting a full contact, comes off both his legs. He's made the move, thinking he'd take a chance. If he just stands on his feet, he would collect it comfortably. But you have to say, Reece James there, at no time does he look over his right shoulder. He's looking at the ball, knowing that's coming in. At no time does he look there to see where the danger's coming from. But he's going to fill a limit in the game.
Yeah. One thing you have to say about Frank Lampard's team is that they do have goals from lots of places. Even Mateo Kovacic, who 71 games into his Chelsea career has finally gotten a goal.
And about time too. You know, there's so much to like about this fella. You know, really neat and tidy on the ball. You know, good technique. Keeps the ball in tight areas, threads a pass, but not a goal scorer. He did the same at Real Madrid. 73 games at Real Madrid, 1 goal. 73 games for a team that dominates the ball, same as Chelsea. But his first touch here is delightful. You know, he knows what he wants to do with it. He's on the half turn as he collects it. But he caresses this ball perfectly here, so he can get his shot off quickly. It's a bit fortunate it goes through the Valencia players' legs, but I'm mystified why this fella doesn't get goals. He plays further up the field, comes onto things late, and should get goals.
Pulisic puts them ahead. This was VAR, the armpits of VAR and its new guys giving a goal this time, Brian.
Yeah, well, they got it right. It took them a good while to sort this one out as well. There was a question mark whether Zuma had fouled one of the defenders on the cross, played in here by Kante, who was in the more advanced position. There was the question mark. Pulisic was on a very good run of goals, very good run of form, and he's been an exciting addition to the Chelsea forward line, along with all the other young players. But they never really looked like holding on to the lead. They changed the system, Tommy. Went to 5 at the back, brought Emerson on, moved Azpilicueta inside. But they kind of coughed up midfield. Kovacic was just there with Kante, took Jorginho off, and they weren't anyway solid looking. You were referring to Frank Lampard saying you wouldn't really want that. But if you don't really want that, you make your team more solid and compact.
It was a mad game. Valencia had 17 shots, Chelsea had 16. It was end-to-end, and then the goal for Valencia to get them the points just was a bizarre one. A bit like last night with Dybala's goal for Juventus. You're scratching your head as to how the keeper lets it in, Graham.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think he pulls his arms away. I mean, Kepa must be, I don't know, he was 6'4". I mean, the ball ends up wide here. he whips it in, but he pulls his arms away, Kepa, watch. He obviously thinks it's going wide or going over or both. He pulls his arms away. I think if he attacks this ball, I think he can get at least get a punch on it and get it away.
What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I think he misjudged it in terms of that he thought it was going well over or well wide, and he didn't make any great attempt to block it or to touch it over the bar. Really, he should be. I mean, he's so tall. Once he puts his arm up, he should be 8'2".
It goes down to the last night for Chelsea.